People, what I realize is Kamala is struggling with the male vote. I'm talking about biological men. She is struggling with not only just white men, black men, I even believe gay men as well, because after the ad that I just saw, I'm going to show you guys, this is quite hilarious. And then Barack Obama had to, talk to the brothers and get the brothers back in line. Yeah, I don't know who she trying to attract with this video. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. Because it's like, it's sweet. It's sweet. I don't know who she trying to attract, but it's sweet. Watch it for yourself and let me know your thoughts because, you can smell the desperation and I love it. Trump Vance 2024.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500 and braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
I ain't afraid of bears.
That's what bear hugs are for.
And I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to be childless cat ladies?
Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Because I'm man enough to support women.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
Man enough to admit I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those pants books that the sisters like.
I'm man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked. Not worth it.
I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
In front of my kids.
In front of my horse. I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love Actually. Good Will Hunting.
West Side Story.
That and Predator.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering, belittling, and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful. That's not how my mama raised me.
I love women.
I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
So, folks, what'd you think of that? So, what'd you think, folks, of that video? Wasn't that cringeworthy? I mean, they got these men to do that ad, and I'm telling you what, folks, they actually paid to have that ad done. They probably spent millions and millions and millions of dollars on that ad. And that's the ad that they're looking at to get real men, white men, Asian men, Latino men, Hispanic men, black men, Muslim men, Jewish men, Christian men. That's who they're getting. That's who they think is going to be. They're going to attract somebody with that. Really? Why don't we see what a real man with a real message to not only men, but to women, but everybody is doing, and why this could be a Trump ad for men, folks. Listen to him for a little bit.
So now Donald Trump has to come in and has to hire people for his administration. And what does he do? Not knowing everything being thrust upon him. Now he brings in people like Bolton and the other warmongers and people that have been in former previous administrations who were sabotaging his presidency, but yet he still was able to make a difference in Americans' lives in America, to even be mentioned as one of the greatest presidents ever. But he loses his second term. You don't think he's learned from his first presidency and now being out of office how everything really, really runs? How things in government is really, really done? If Donald Trump gets back in the White House, They know. They have a right to be scared. But, you know, the Democrats are going to go to the streets day one and to destroy America in any way they possibly can, sabotage Donald Trump's presidency everywhere Donald Trump would go, before Barack Obama would follow, or John Kerry. Intentional.
And folks, speaking, this man here, the way he's speaking, talking about Trump's first presidency, where Trump, had to rely upon some other people because, he did. And some of those people turned out to literally what? Stab him in the back. Do their own thing. So Trump learned from those things, but even then he was able to do so many things. And then you've got Barack Obama. You can check out the videos out there, lecturing black men that you need to support Kamala Harris because she's black, because she's a woman, because she's had to struggle, all this crapola and whatever. She's a moron. She's an idiot. She's retarded. There's something in the New York Times saying that in a private fundraising dinner, and I'll show that to you, President Trump called Kamala retarded. Truth hurts. Don't act like one if you don't want to be called one. Right? Absolutely. Let's take a look and see what's happening in the political world, folks. Let's see what's happening throughout this day. There's so much to talk about. Let's go to the political fear right now. So this is what I was talking about here. New York Times called Kamala Harris retarded. He disparaged her. Vice President Harris as retarded. He complained about the number of Jews still backing Ms. Harris, saying they need their heads examined for not supporting him, despite everything he had done for the state of Israel. Now here's something, folks. Here's something. Listen to this for a little bit.
So there's that. But secondly, why not just show up and read a book? Why not read the Berenstain Bears? The Berenstain Bears Halloween. How about Clifford the Big Red Dog? Or Curious George? Remember that curious little monkey? Always getting himself into trouble with the guy he lived with? Why not that? Glenn Waltz doesn't get a lot of media attention, and now we know why. But like the classroom with that book that we just showed you, Glenn really seems to enjoy treating people like they're little kids. You might remember this moment from a week ago. Here she is, and I want you to focus on her eyes. This is Glenn Waltz, Tim Waltz's wife. Once again.
I need you to be with me and practice with me. What are we going to do? We're going to turn the page. Oh, pretty good. Do it again. We're going to turn the page. And we're going to turn the page. All right, so I'm going to be watching you because when I see Wisconsin, and I'm watching national on TV because this is a pretty important place in Minnesota. Help you practice it with this.
All right, she's the one who's an idiot.
You just show me this. Turn the page, right? Turn the page. And you know what else that looks like? Bye-bye.
Wow.
Just, right? Just,
wow.
That's,
wow.
I don't need to say anything
wow.
right there. That
What
just
an idiot.
Speaks for itself right there. We're going to turn the
page. It really
page.
does. It really does. It really, really does. It really,
like 5,
really
6,
does.
7 years old at best. And the book she chose.
Check this out,
one of my
folks. Check
producers
this
went
out.
out and got it. This is Bathe the Cat. Fairly harmless name, right? Maybe not. Take a look.
Vacuum the cat.
Walls reading to local kids in Bangor at the Briar Patch and speaking about the importance of education.
We're going to protect things like making your own choice to read books.
Kids in attendance enjoying the story time and message.
So the local news reporter said nothing about what this book is. Glenn Waltz chose a charming story about an interracial couple with 2 adopted sons and an adopted daughter, which is not the problem that I had with the book selection at all. My problem is that this book was chosen on purpose. It was deliberate. You can't just read to a group of 6-year-olds without sending a message, without making it political, without asking the parents if they're okay with this. I also bet that while the whole thing probably went over these little kids' heads, by the way, look at that illustration. Okay, the book is about bathing the cat and cleaning the house before grandma gets home. I have a vacuum. In fact, we've got children in more than one vacuum. I have never, ever held a vacuum like that in my life, let alone with 3 kids on my back. They don't work like that, vacuum cleaners. They you actually can't suck up any of the dirt if that component is not attached to the piece right below his right arm
sick,
there.
folks.
That's just
This
the way
is
vacuum
just
cleaners work. We can
absolutely
interview
sick.
somebody.
That's just sick. This is sick. Glenn Walls and Tim Walls are just absolutely sick. And folks, I'm telling you what, some of the other sick that's happening out in the political sphere, alleged incidents of inappropriateness between Tim Walls and his students. They're saying that's why he wasn't called Touchdown Timmy for nothing. Alleged incidents of inappropriateness are now coming out. And we just have to see where this thing leads. We're going to see where it all leads. Here's the other thing. George Gascon is down 30 points in the polls. Trump is having that rally. We talked about that before in Coachella. Is it possible that the California crime wave, and you see it right here happening all the time, folks. We hear about it all the time, don't we? Nobody does a damn thing. Nobody. People are coming in with calculators to make sure that they're under $950 worth of stuff, so you can't get charged with a crime. Police never show up. Store owners have just said, I mean, they're locking up things like toilet paper. It's amazing. It's amazing. This is just trying to go over this. We're just going to go through with this thing here. Oh, here's a great picture. All aboard the Trump train. Yep, united, we are certainly strong. And look at this, another video. How many videos do we see, folks, on TikTok, Instagram, other social media platforms, Facebook, whatever? And what are we seeing? Black men, black women, Latino men, Latino women, Asian men, Asian women, Christian men, Christian women, Jewish men, Jewish women, Muslim women, in a large part, just basically telling the Democratic Party, Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, to basically the double finger, F you, F you, F you. We don't need you. Do not tell us anything. Do not, talk down to us. We don't need that anymore. Stay away from us. Do not tell us that we have to vote for the black man, the black woman, the first this, the first that. We ain't doing that. We are off the plantation. That's exactly what people like this are talking about. They said, Obama can't shame me. Let's listen to a little bit of this.
This is what it is. Some people didn't agree with it. And then now we in this month. I don't even try to convince you, because at this point, you should already know who you're voting for. Like, my whole family are liberals. I'm conservative. Me and my Aunt Sandy, we're conservative. And my brother. And we stand on principle, because you know what? We stop identity politicking. We stop that shit. It's like, what are the policies? What's going to be best for us going forward? And that's all I'm worried about. And the comments y'all giving me, calling me a coon or Uncle Tom, like, that shit does not faze me. You have to come better. Y'all be like, oh, he up there entertaining for master. Whatever. But
he said, I'll be entertaining for massa. What'd you think, I was ignorant? You think I'm ignorant? I'm talking about me now. We talking for massa? On the plantation? What? Come on, man. As Biden says. Colorado. Speaking of Aurora, going to deep blue Colorado and Aurora, Colorado. And basically saying, and yes, the news company, what were the news stations saying? Yes, there is a problem with the gang. Venezuelan gang. TDA or something they call themselves, taking over apartment complexes. Parents, single moms having to move out of there with their kids. And he's shining a light, folks, shining a light on that matter and basically saying, you know what? Not on my watch, it's not going to happen. It happened on Kamala and Biden's watch, but not on mine. We're the new sheriff in town. That's what Trump is saying. New sheriff in town. Look at this over here. Inside the rally, folks. Inside the rally. Let's hear what this man has to
for
say.
what's going to be a fabulous rally, and it's a little hot today. Yesterday, I think the forecast for 101 degrees. I checked today, it's only 99, so not quite as hot as they thought it was going to be. But I'll tell you,
love his jacket, love his jacket.
As that's going to be because President Trump, he's going to bring the heat today. Fabulous rally in sunny California. Crowd is stoked to be here. Let me flip the camera around. I'll show you what I can see from my vantage point. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh well, we gotta zoom in on that right away.
Holy crap! Wow, take a look at that, folks. That, oh my God, that dude, Trump's face with the eagle, the whole thing, unbelievable, unbelievable, folks. Yep. Here's something here. Black men for Trump advisory board. Scades. Barack Obama for lecturing black males into voting for Kamala Harris based on skin colors. Black Americans are not a monolith, and we don't owe our votes to any candidate just because they look like us. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Yeah, here's some white supremacists, right? You got some white supremacists.
Because you're afraid of a strong black woman? Not at all. Is it because you hate your mama? Not at all. Is it because you want $1,000 stimulus check? Not at all. So why you voting for Donald Trump? Man, because we gonna make America great again. You know what I'm
That's so good, man. That's so good. Yeah, Tim Sex had what with the child? Tim Sex had what with the child? Tim Sex had sex with the child? Allegedly. Uh-oh. October surprise, folks. October surprise. Wow, wow, wow. Here's the thing with California. Line in California. Look at this line, folks. Woo! Look at this line. Yeah, everybody's waving, whooping it up. People been there for hours and hours and hours and hours. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh yeah, we knew about this. Her Univision town hall, fake audience. 50% of the audience handpicked from across the country. They were flown to the town hall. Oh yeah, I'm sure if you were a Harris supporter and got a free airplane ticket, free place to stay, meals and everything, yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't that be like I don't know, if, doing it with Univision, in-kind contribution? Other 50% of the attendees, they said, were hired by an audience for hire. Yeah, audience for hire. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Here's another one here. Black men owe Kamala Harris absolutely nothing. Let's listen to this guy for a little bit.
The brothers that they're sending to beat down black men who have woken up and decided to see other options other than 60 years of failure from one party, and that's the Democratic Party. I'm going to be respectful because a lot of these men I admire. I really do admire you for all you've done and all your achievements. But at the same time, my admiration of you is not more important than my family thriving.
Absolutely
I don't
true.
care if Kamala Harris is a woman. I could think of 3 other women who would have been better suited for president than Kamala Harris. She's just a woman who is not ready to be president, her as an individual, and that has nothing to do with her gender.
There you go. No misogyny, folks. No misogyny at all. Here's something coming out. This is all over, folks. This is all over the news. Various people reporting it. It's on the Twitterverse. It's in the political sphere. It's coming. I mean, this is exploding. Allegations are coming out. Tim Walz, the Democratic VP nominee, faces shocking accusations, who claims that his teaching career ended over inappropriate relations with a male student. They're saying it's just not a smear. He was called Touchdown Timmy for a reason. That's what's going on, folks. That's what's happening right now. This is the news story of the, coming into this week. And then we saw this. Breaking news. Tim Walz goes pheasant hunting in Minnesota. Well, guess what? Where's your shotgun, Timmy? What are you going to do hunting with? You going to catch the birds, with your hand and strangle them? What are you going to do? Unbelievable. It's nothing more. That's right. They just want to make up ground with male voters. This is how you're going to catch male voters? This is how you're going to make them vote for you, that you're going hunting? What are you going to do? Use your fingers to, shoot down the birds? I mean, this is unbelievable, folks. This is just unbelievable. What do these guys think that they're doing here? It's just amazing. It really, really is. It's just sad that this is what they're trying to do here. It's just... Oh, and then Joe Rogan. They're saying that Donald Trump is going to be on Joe Rogan. Do you know how many people are going to freaking listen to that? That's going to go on for 2 to 3 hours. That's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Anyways, folks, that's so much for the political sphere for today. You're watching the Dr. Nasser Shake Show. I'm your host. My name is Dr. Nasser. Hope you enjoyed the clip. If you haven't done so already, subscribe, like, share, follow. You all know what to do. Take a look at our video links. That's right. There's Billary. Good old Billary. Folks, I'll leave with my final thought, which is, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, take care and stay safe.